Good morning. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your nonprofit origin story?
Good evening from here, Tasha. So my name is Issabella, and I hold the Amazing Girls Foundation. So professionally, I'm a teacher, and I've been teaching for the past 14 years. Amazing Girls Foundation, we are into the production of reusable sanitary pad and distribution to our women engaged in our rural settings. So Tasha, all the struggle began when I was 15, the time I had my monarchy. I faced significant challenges with my own menstrual health. My parents supported me. We saw so many gynecologists, it wasn't working. Until 2016, when I discovered a reusable sanitary pad, then I came back to myself and I said, hey, so using a reusable sanitary pad has nothing to do with our poor women and girls in our rural settings, but rather what works for the woman or the girl or the individual. So, following this personal breakthrough and the stories I gathered from the communities, from our women and girls, motivated me so much to champion a cause that could support our women and girls who are also going through similar struggle. So, until 2019, I founded the Amazing Girls Foundation to support and provide a sustainable menstrual hygiene solution for our women to menstruate with dignity and confidence. Amazing Girls Foundation, we go beyond the production of reusable sanitary products and its distribution. We have inculcated women who are widows, teenage mothers, orphans. We train these women to sew the reusable sanitary pad. Indirectly, we are creating jobs, and also we don't want them to be burdened to the society and they can earn a living. We focus more on empowerment, sustainability, and the health of our women. So talking about empowerment, that is giving these women a training that every day they have something to feed on. Then also talking about the sustainability aspect, our reusable sanitary pad could be used for 3 to 4 years, and it is quite affordable as compared to the disposable, because you give a girl like $10, it is going to take her for 4 years, as compared to the disposable, whereby she spends like $64, which is quite expensive and they cannot afford. That's like talking to you currently. We have some villages in Ghana here, in our communities here, that they do not sell a sanitary product there. And day and day in out, women and girls, they are menstruating. Let's ask ourselves, how are they managing their menses? So
Yeah.
somebody somewhere out there needs to go and support these women. So that is what Amazing Girls Foundation we have been doing. Within a space of 6 years, we started with rating 5 girls, and now, as I talk to you currently, we have been able to reach over 16,000 women, which is quite impressive. And I am so happy how far we have come. It hasn't been easy at all. So talking about the sustainability aspect, that is it, and also the health aspect of our women, we have a very capped curriculum that when we go to the communities, in terms we having a JEBA or we go to schools to meet the girls, we talk to them about how they can manage themselves while they are menstruating, the health aspect of it. They do not need to resort to taking menstrual cramps medicine every month. We have a natural remedy for them, so it doesn't affect their kidney. We have some doctors that they tell our women or girls that when they are menstruating, then they have to flow for the whole of the 7 days. But every woman everywhere, period differ. So whether the woman flows from 2 days, 3 days, so the 7 days is normal. You're not sick. But here is the case, because of the information from other doctors, then they have it in mind that if they do not flow for 7 days, then the tendency for them to have fibroid is higher. We speak to these women about all this, that it is normal. Yeah, so that is how far we have come. Talking about the Amazing Girls Foundation.
I've worked in the past supporting and doing some sexual health and education, just even here in Canada. And it is so shocking,
Okay.
the lack of often education, what the options are, and so then you add in women in rural situations, like, this is, I'm sure, life-changing information and opportunities for them, and I know
Exactly.
in
Exactly.
and and in many countries, there is, like, for girls being unable to attend school, right? Because they don't have what they need to be able to attend school. Like, so I think this is such amazing work. I love your mission.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So
Thank
tell
you.
me, what has been your favorite part about starting this nonprofit?
Okay, so my favorite part has to do with the testimonies from the women from various communities. Sometimes you meet somebody, you don't even know the person, then the person will say, "Hey, madam, thank you so much. My girl is back to school and she doesn't have to stay home while she's menstruating." I met one lady, I didn't even know her, and she said she has now stopped being going out with the boyfriend because now she has a sanitary product. You know, one thing, Tasha, we have other girls that they go through this menstrual poverty, and in the long run, they get pregnant and they have to even abort it because
Yeah.
of lack of access to menstruation or menstrual products. So it is quite sad when you hear these stories and when these girls meet you and they are able to share and they thank you. I am so happy and it is heart fulfilling. That is my most favorite aspect of it. Yeah, the testimonies, the breakthrough we're making, the impact we are making in the lives of these women and girls from the rural settings.
I think especially for founders to hear those testimonials, it's what keeps the fire, right, in our heart to keep going.
Definitely.
And what have been some of the what are some of the biggest challenges in building a nonprofit?
Talking about the biggest challenges, generally it is individual related, but bringing it down to our settings, then it has to do with sustainability. That's how you
Okay.
very witness that most nonprofits rely heavily on donor funding. Considering this aspect of our world that we're going through global challenges, global shifts, donor fatigue, it becomes unpredictable. Amazing Girls Foundation, for instance, it is basically donor funding and also corporate societies coming in. So what if we wake up one day and there's no donor coming in? Then we get stuck.
Mm.
It means we cannot be able to go on our impactful programs. We can't run them consistently because there's donor party. And this is a very big challenge. And that has been my greatest fear ever since my journey. I don't want to be there. Donor
Yeah,
party. So that is, yes, sustainability is the greatest challenge for me, starting my
yeah.
journey. Sustainability. Yeah.
Well, and the pressure is so high when you see,
I
what you're
tell
able to
you,
do, right? It's so the
I
pressure as a
tell you,
founder. Yeah, so
it's
big. What does fundraising look like for the Amazing Girls Foundation? And you just mentioned corporate partnerships. I always love to hear how grassroots nonprofits are making that work.
yeah. So talking about fundraising, since the space of 6 years, we've not had the opportunity to do fundraising. Just as a latter part of last year, we had the opportunity through a connection from a friend. Then we began a fundraising from the Maiko platform, and we are doing great with the fundraising aspect. That is our first platform we have been. Yeah, but thank God through this nonprofit type, which I don't want to go there right now, there's
Yeah,
going to be another fundraising. Yeah.
that's
So we are
wonderful.
doing great with our first attempt.
And how,
Yeah.
as a founder, how are you learning all of the skills to succeed in the nonprofit world?
Yeah. So talking about how I'm learning all these skills, the nonprofit world, it is being started by people, connection, partnership. You need a community. You can't do it alone. You need sponsorship to fuel. So I'm trying to collaborate, and through collaboration and connections, I've been able to have about 16 volunteers that we are helping the Amazing Girls Foundation. In this case, I do not have to strive so much because considering my job as a teacher professionally, so it makes me easy access to reach the girls from various regions in Ghana. I do not need to be everywhere because we
Yeah.
have volunteers working for us. Yeah. So it makes my work so easier and it reduces my stress as well.
Are you
Cognitively, it's stress.
do you do you still have a full-time job as well?
Yeah, professionally I teach. So the
So this
nonprofit is a part-time thing I'm doing. I
so this is
combine both. I go to communities. It's crazy for me, Tasha.
oh my
It's not
goodness.
easy.
That
Yes,
is so much to be handling and
I
balancing
tell
those
you.
2 projects.
Yeah, it takes a very dedicated person and the passion, the why, the passion moves me. It keeps me going. Knowing that I have been there before, I know the struggles. I understand what these women and girls are going through. So it doesn't make me tired at all because the battles I have been through, I tell you, it's not easy. Talking about menstruation. So I have no choice than to combine the two, the teaching work and nonprofit.
Oh my goodness. Well, I love this. Good for you.
Yes,
That's incredible. Incredible.
my
And
pleasure.
you've been a member of the Nonprofit Hive for quite some time now. What have you gotten out
Yeah.
of being a part of this community?
Oh my God. I always wait patiently for Thursday to come and I don't want to miss any because any Thursday that I want to miss, I said no, if I miss the high chart today, it's gonna be my breakthrough today. I do not want to miss. And Sasa, I can't afford to miss my high chart every Thursday. The reason being that I have grown so much professionally. I joined this hive just last year, and the impact the hive has had on me is tremendous. Through the Hive, I met James Ojo, and I happened to be part of the 24th cohort, and they took us through connection, communication, collaboration, and this has really supported me in my classroom setting and my nonprofit work. I learned how to communicate properly through this hive. I met him. And through this hive, I have grown financially in terms of my nonprofit work because talking about meeting numerous ideas every Thursday, the ideas, they are so rich. It reduces my stress actually. When I go to work and I come at night and I talk to a high partner, my stress comes down, the laughter of it. So this hive has really helped me. I got the opportunity to talk to Bobby James, and she guided me how I could organize a meeting, Zoom meeting. It is this true nonprofit hive. I also had the opportunity to meet Amina, and she grew me like she took me through this nonprofit work. So being here is the greatest opportunity I don't want to miss. And I'm going to be here till I die. So there's no nonprofit hive. It has really, really, really had a positive impact on my work professionally, financially, and my network has also grown
Yeah.
positively. So this hive has really, really helped me
Well,
a lot. And thanks to you, Tasha, and thanks to
oh,
you, Raymond, if you are listening. I'm
thank
so
you.
grateful, so, so much grateful. Yeah.
One of my favorite things is you are one of those members who reaches out to me and shares after every chat how it went, who you talked to, if you had something that you shared together. And so for me as a founder, it's lovely, right? Because we
Thank you.
the like you said, the work is really hard. We're constantly trying to figure out how are we going to keep moving forward, and is it working, is it helping
Exactly.
anybody, right? Is it helping anybody? So I always appreciate getting your messages, and it's really wonderful to see to these collaborations that are coming not only between some of our African founders and, like you noted, Amina, who's in Canada, but also the
Yeah.
wonderful connections between some of the different African
I
founders.
thought
I always like to think of it as Like, we take a chance on every conversation. So how can people
Yeah.
follow along with your mission? What's the best way to get in touch with you, Isabella?
Okay, so as I said, Amazing Girls Foundation basically is a donor foundation. So I would like to reach out to all donors out there, volunteers, partners out there to be on board to support the Amazing Girls Foundation with our mission of combating period poverty. Let us build a community together. Together, we are shaping futures and also empowering girls, especially through training, education, and dignity. And you can follow us on our social media handles, AmazingGirlsFoundation.org. That's our website.
Wonderful. I think you're doing an amazing job, and especially as someone with a full-time job, and that this is a project that means something deeply to you. I think it's fantastic, and supporting girls so important. And I can see this model being really it makes sense in so many different places. I think
Sure.
you have something incredible that you're starting, Isabella.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this with me today, and I can't wait to share this with the rest of our community.